Hello everyone and welcome to episode 2 of my 24-hour burpee world record attempt. And I can call it a world record attempt because I have officially applied to Guinness World Records, and I did that 3 or 4 days ago. And something I need to clarify, in fact a lot of this video is really just clarifying lots of the points that I couldn't clarify in episode 1. Episode 1 was really just where my mind was at the time and the roller coaster. So I can confirm that the 10,000 burpee record that I first thought was the record isn't actually true. Those burpees are burpees where you don't lay on the floor, you just put your hands down, jump back, jump in and jump up. So after further research I found out that that's a different burpee and that I like going chest to floor all the way down. So researched further, went to Guinness World Records online, and the category for chest to floor burpees is there, but nobody has the record. Nobody has it. Either nobody's done it or nobody's achieved this minimum limit that they have set. So I assume that's to prevent people just rocking up and doing 10 burpees in 24 hours and being a world record holder. So they set 9,000 limit, which is nicer than 10,000, but chest to floor burpees are a lot harder, a lot tougher on the upper body, on your entire body. And so when I found that out, I applied and went for it. The only problem is that you don't know how long it will take to get a response back from Guinness World Records, between 8 to 12 weeks or anything. Whereas I want this to happen quickly. I want this to happen in the middle of the summer. I'm thinking June, July time to make this happen. So hopefully they respond back quickly. I'm gonna crack on and make it happen anyway with my training. And so it's official. I've applied for it, and I want to now also clarify the charity that I'm doing this for, which is Mind, which is a mental health charity, and I really want to gain awareness and hopefully fundraise a lot of money to support the charity. And a lot of people have asked why Mind and why mental health, and there's so many reasons in various complex overlapping reasons. My mum would say because we have a family full of nutters, which is true, I'm sure all families, everyone, but and that's probably the point, because mental illness and mental issues is so common, but yet still not everybody talks about it, and still it's kind of the thing which is kept a secret for a lot of people. And doing massive events like this will really help increase the awareness of it and help people open up and talk about it, which is a massive step. That's one reason, but also what I do every single day and the sheer amount of people that I talk to every single day through email, social media or whatever, or Crockfitters on my plans, is that I'm understanding more and more that the mental side of things are so massive, and the amount of people I've managed to help through exercise and through eating better is the beginning of people changing their lives. And what was such a mental barrier for them, whether that was depression, anxiety, stress, like so many things. And I can see a massive connection with health and fitness and mental mindset, and I know that what I'm doing has a fantastic connection with that. And thirdly is the fact that it has surrounded me for lots of my life, not personally, not to any great deal or for any period of time, but throughout my life with family members or friends. And I've had to deal with situations when I was younger, when I was a teenager, and it just brings it home how important this is, and I just want it to grow even more and even more. And it's just one of those charities which I find quite small, and I just realized the other day that I have this platform, I can use it to my good ethics and you know, do something good with it rather than just get more and more followers so I get, you know, don't know, So I thought, well, no better reason than to give back and use it for good. So I haven't contacted Mind yet, but I will contact Mind and see if they want to connect with me in regards to organising the event, the location, and things like that, because location is very important, because it's going to be in central London, I know that for sure, but for 24 hours there's pros and cons about whether it happens inside an event, like a location like a gym or a facility of some form, or out on the streets or in a park out in the open. The pros and cons is that if it's in a gym, then it's comfortable, I've got toilets, I've got people to visit, I've got a roof over my head and it's secure and safe, but you don't get people walking by. They come because they know it's happening, which I'm sure we can make it big enough so that happens. However, it will be fantastic for thousands of people over 24 hours to walk by and be like, what's going on here? And then they realise they see me dying on the floor because I can't do any more burpees. And give some money to Mind. That would be great. But if I do it out in the streets or in a park, which would be fantastic for people walking by and for that kind of publicity, but then you've got the questions of permissions and safety and security of myself and the people around me by being out in the open through the early hours of the morning, because it's a 24-hour challenge. So there could be a variety of things, whether you need to pay for a good location or get permission, which can be years in advance. I don't know any of these things yet, but they're the things going on in my mind. So that's important. What next? I've made a little list so I don't forget, because I really want to clarify some things. I think the main question is like training. How the hell do you train for something like this? And I don't really know. I haven't done anything this crazy before. I've trained for some other intense events, but nothing like this. The way I see it is a variety of things. Number one, like any person training for a marathon, for example, would gradually increase their duration and their distance until they reach something very high, not quite 26 miles, but 20 to 22 miles before they get there. And that's exactly what I'm going to do with burpees. I'm going to gradually increase my time, increase my distance. There's nothing better to get better at burpees by doing burpees. I still need to kind of research how to create the least amount of energy per one burpee, but I'm just getting better and fitter, because you got the cardiovascular fitness where you need to be fit. And what's good at the moment for me is that after the 8 reps per minute, I'm not massively out of breath, but I know that over time your heart rate increases and it gets harder and harder. So the more I'm able to practice that, the fitter I'm going to get in my heart and lungs, so it's going to be less of an effort for me. And also, you just don't want to burn out too early by working really hard. So I'm going to be doing burpees, increasing. Today I did a 2-hour workout, which was 8 every minute with a 5-minute break at the end of each hour. So that was 880 burpees in 2 hours. And I've survived, I'm alive, but it was hard. But I'm gradually increasing that. I'll try another 2 hour, and then a 3, and then 3, and then a 4 and a 4, and keep increasing. And 8 per minute is above the average of what I need. Today I did about 0.9th of the overall numbers needed for the 24-hour record, which is the grand scheme of things, that's not too bad. 0.9th, 880 out of 9,000. But obviously it gets harder and harder and harder. And then other things for the heart rate and the fitness is running. I enjoy running. It's a good way to get my heart rate up and keep it high, whether that's just plain running and jogging, or whether that is like interval training, similar to the burpee times, like 30-30, just to get my heart rate up and keep pushing my fitness higher. So that's the fitness point of view. And then you've got the muscular endurance, which really is all muscles, your entire body, but specifically your entire lower body, because you've got to squat yourself up and jump, but also your shoulders and chest. The endurance required to do from the floor, pushing yourself up it's just muscular endurance. And I've trained as like a bodybuilder quite a lot, so the rep ranges last 30 to 45 seconds worth, and now this is a whole nother level. So when it comes to weightlifting, which I'm going to continue doing, apart from like the burpees will of course increase my muscular endurance, but when I do weightlifting, I'm going to be focusing on the higher reps, focusing on the endurance and keeping going. And then other than that is core strength, like so much stomach, so much back involved, and it's got to be so strong. And I'll be doing supplement work on top of the actual burpees. And then last of all, very importantly, is mobility and flexibility, because I wish I'd taken some videos today, but I couldn't because I was about to vlog it and I went to film and the memory card was still in my laptop. These are the tough things daily when you start vlogging and start recording. It's a lot to think about. So I didn't get any videos. However, what you have to focus on in a burpee is jumping the legs in being the least amount of effort. So if your muscles in your body is very tight and restricted, you're going to create a lot of stress and a lot of tension, so it's going to be more effort. So the more mobile and flexible you are, when you jump your legs in, it doesn't create much tension, therefore every rep is easy or easier. So I've got to focus on mostly forward flexing and extending, because it's a single plane movement. You're bending forwards and jumping upwards, so it's a lot about the lower back and the hips and the glutes, etc. So that's the training, and I'm going to vlog this as I go. This is literally third session in so far, and I haven't confirmed a date for when it's happening yet, because it's obviously depending on the Guinness World Record to come back to me and trying to find a date that works well in my diary for the summer and the location, etc. So what next? Food and nutrition. I have no idea. How do you prepare your nutrition for 24 hours of non-stop exercise? I don't know. I might have to do a bit of research, but from my experience and understanding so far, like I've done some long stuff in the past, not quite this long, it's gonna be mainly broken down into a couple of main meals where I can have solid meals in some breaks. And what's very important is the lead up, so I'm very fueled with plenty of rest, so my body is filled with energy and glycogen in the muscles and within the liver and the body, ready to go. So I'll have lots of energy to burn, but during is going to be a mixture. It's 24 hours long. You can't depend on packing in sugar and Haribos just to push through, because sugar doesn't last long. It goes into the system, it gets there, it gets used, and it's gone, and you'll hit a brick wall very quickly. So for 24 hours, you have to have protein, carbs, and fats, all macros, and I don't think I can live for 24 hours doing that kind of exercise through just liquids. So I will probably plan some small main meals, and then alongside of it, protein shakes and some complex carbohydrates that don't get that quick sugar release, and only use the quick sugar release when maybe from halfway onwards, when I'm really dependent and needing it just to kind of push through. So I've still got to think about that, but it's also going to be a test during my training to see what's required, and I'll try a few things to see how I feel. So next on my list is weight loss and progress photos. I think it's quite interesting, although my goal isn't to get shredded. So I know that if I don't take these photos and my body changes a lot, I'll regret it. So it's a really cool idea just to show people my journey and how much it can change me physically as well, because my plan is to lose a good few kilograms. So hopefully I'll show that physically as well. So I'm sorry that this video has literally just been a vlog of me sitting on my sofa, but I won't forget my memory card for my next training session, and this was more informational. But I will leave you with just one little motivational tip, one motivational comment which goes in my mind all the time, and people have kind of asked me like, can you do that? Can you do 9,000? Can you do it? And the thing is, I just don't even think about it anymore. I've mentally committed, and I haven't considered the thought of doing it and failing. It just doesn't go into my mind. I just haven't thought it. I've only got a plan A, and my plan is to attempt a world record and become a world record holder. If I fail, then deal with that at the time. The only thing that matters to me now is winning. Fundraising loads of money, gaining loads of awareness, and becoming a world record holder. Don't think about plan B, because it only distracts you away from plan A. So, here I am. I guess I'm not in bad shape. This is me right now, and I'm quite muscular, quite big. I feel quite strong, but I've definitely been in better shape before. I've definitely been really shredded. So, not too bad, but I definitely need to lose a few kilos, and that's going to be better for my performance. I'm going to be able to move less body weight, which is going to make the burpees a lot easier. So I'll take some photos too, but it'll be good just to get a few angles. This is all kind of untensed, by the way. I'm not tensing. This is tensing. This is not tensing. This is tensing. So you can see the difference there. And you can probably see the difference when you scroll through social media and see people tensing all the time. And yeah, this can all go. Men especially carry a lot of fat in their lower midsection, around the back here. See all of this? Always last to go, and round at the front there.